Previously on Locker Room Talk.
I don't have problems making decisions. I just know that there are two outcomes. It's either going to be a good or a bad outcome. And the fact that I don't like bad outcomes, Kevin will tell you, or Deanna will tell you, I hate bad outcomes. I always want to see the future before it happens, but then I have to let it happen first. I have to let experience teach me before making the decision before experience teaches me anything. So.
Do you find yourself needing someone that is indecisive in your life? Think hard before you answer. Rather than wanting someone that's indecisive in their life. Do you feel better at helping someone else that's indecisive? Do you feel that by them being decisive, you can be the control factor of the relationship?
No.
Think about every one of your relationships.
Yeah, that's what I was going to get ready to say. I know, but she's been the only most indecisive person I've had in my relationships. Everybody else, they knew what they wanted.
And what they wanted out of
me. Exactly. So it was easier for, I think what's what made the relationships even longer, the fact that they knew what they wanted and they wanted out of me. The fact that I was against it, the back and forthness, that's why it lasted so long with her. It's like, she already knows who I am, so that's not going to change. And she's not trying to change me.
Cool.
Yeah. But now the fact that she's an indecisive person, not saying it gives me the option, but it makes me, I can concentrate on myself now. Where before you knew, I couldn't concentrate on myself. I had to I'm battling what they wanted from me. And I'm like, I'm doing this. Why are you trying to get me out of that? Now it's like, I'm doing what I want to do now.
Do you understand why that didn't work out? In other words, I say it this way, and for those, I'm going to speak on an overall basis if we're here in the room. I would say 90% of men like indecisive mates. Right. Because it puts us in a control factor that we can help you out. As women are the nurture types, men are just the exact same way, but we like to control. We're not nurturers, we're controllers. Right. So the fact that your last relationship, she was trying to control everything, you were no longer needed. Right. Now that you're needed in the relationship, it works better for the fit. She wants to be the nurturer, you want to be the controller. You want to tell her what to do, how to do it, and so on and so forth. Don't worry, I got this. Don't worry about this. You want to pay this? You can't do this? I got it, no problem.
Because I think men by nature are just good. Or like to, especially
they like to conquer.
They need to be fixers. Fixers. If you tell me X, Y, and Z is wrong, don't tell me it's wrong unless you expect me to fix it. Okay. If you tell me down at your job is messing with you, then don't say that to me. Like girls speak to girls differently than boys speak to boys. Exactly. So girls speak to girls and they can complain to each other. We call it complaining, but you're talking to each other. Right. And girls can also talk at the same time and hear each other. We don't have that.
What'd you say?
Talk and both be talking, and it sounds like noise to me. Right. But the point is that you will talk and not expect a resolution. But if you're saying it to him, he's going to resolve the issue. Yeah. Or that's what he's thinking. So if you're saying chocolate or vanilla, put the shit together. And if he's doing it harder than me, then I'm gonna knock him out. Yeah. But don't tell it to me unless you expect me to knock him out.
Example. She's going through something detail, but it's pretty much it's like a high school thing to me,
really,
right? So it's like one friend is
getting involved in a situation with another person that literally has nothing to do with
her. But the friend originally that has the issue with her is throwing out jabs and subliminals or whatever the hell it is. Fine, they're trying to cipher through their relationship. They're cutting each other off supposedly, but then the other friend who's in the middle, who's on both sides and is not taking any sides at first, but now has done something that puts her and the other friends.
She's actively involved now.
So basically, I'm talking to you, right, through text, but it's not you I'm talking to, it's him, and I'm mad at him, and you allow him to talk to me through you. So now it's like, what the fuck? I thought I was talking to you, exactly. But now I'm talking to him through your phone or through whatever the hell it is now, and that's high school shit. Dang.
That's fucked up. That is high school shit.
I got lost and got ahead.
Now,
that might be some grade school shit.
So now you ask my advice as to what you want me to do or what I would do. I just say, cut them all off.
Yeah. And I do really feel like when a girl such as myself tells people the majority of my friends are guys, they get the wrong impression and they're like, oh, you must be fucking all of them. And it's really like, that's really not why. It's because girls are catty as fuck. Like, seriously, girls are catty as hell. And don't get me wrong, like, I've been told on multiple occasions that guys can be as gossipy as women.
Yeah.
So,
No, it's true.
You just got to hold the gun just in case.
yeah,
But the
But
projection.
you're not a catty person, though. I've never known you to be a catty person. She's a very, like I said, she's a very, no, I gotta go.
Right.
But the projection of guys don't do platonic well. So you may have in your mind that we're all just friends, but each of the dudes is thinking as soon as he fucks up and cries on my shoulder, you cry on my shoulder.
But hold on, there's a reason why 99% of platonic relationships will not succeed. Because at some point, one person is going to want to fuck the other. The reason why it never succeeds is because you don't get the tension out of the way in the beginning. Just fuck and then go on with the friendship.
I think that was the wrong advice.
No. Absolutely not. My best friend to this day started off as literally just what was supposed to be a one-time or a two-time or a three-time situation. I started dating someone. It is my opinion that the reason that the majority of male-female platonic relationships do not work and is because one person, either male or female, will develop feelings for the other one, whether it is a serious relationship or it is just purely sexual tension. One's going to develop it to the other. They're not going to be able to take it because by this point you've developed a very strong friendship, a very strong bond, where you don't want to potentially ruin that by having sex and all of a sudden things getting complicated. I've been down both roads. I was very, very good friends with someone for a very long time. It developed, it finally got to that point where one night we finally just fucked and it turned into a relationship. We dated for a while after, and when it ended, I lost my best friend and a whole group of friends with it, and that's the way that story went. The other story,
that's the normal story.
That's the
usual story.
That is the usual story. The story that is still going on, like to this day, is I met someone. She slid right into my DMs, and I 100% capitalized on it. The first time we ever hung out, we literally met in a hotel. We had sex, and that was it. We fucked 2 more times after that. I started seeing someone. She did. I became single. She was seeing someone, whatever. And we never hooked up again from that point. But now this person is literally my best friend, who I speak to on a multiple times a day basis. Has been for like the past 2 years. It's become a very, very easy friendship. And we've said it one time, we got that tension out of the way up front because it was going to develop at some point.
But if either of you are in a relationship, then how do you get that tension out?
What do you mean? What
if you're in another relationship but you
have
have that platonic best friend that just wants to get the tension out of the way?
What are you doing at that point? Yeah. You have 2 options. You can get it out of the way
and lose your relationship.
Well, I'm not saying either one of those things would happen because I'm not going to say what's right and what's wrong, but it is an option. 2 is you continue in your relationship, and if you're happy in your relationship, what I just talked about isn't going to be an option anyway, and you're not going to be on that side of even thinking about those types of feelings towards that person because you're happily engaged in what's in front of you.
One person having platonic friends and their significant other feeling some type of way about it. Okay. Because the significant other understands that the others, the friends, quote unquote, aren't thinking of you as just a friend.
No, they're not, most likely not.
Most likely they're not.
Like, you need to get the sex out the way to be able to see who the person is for who they are, in terms of a friendship or even in a relationship. So you want to get that out the way.
That's not specifically what I was saying. I'm just saying out of all of my platonic relationships or like my male-female relationships, there have been every single time I have either developed feelings for them or they have developed feelings for me. And the one occurrence that it went the other way where the sex came first and the friendship came later, I'm totally open with, the feeling. I love her very much as a friend and don't see her beyond any sorts of means. I mean, obviously I'm protective over her as a person because she plays an important role in my life, but there's nothing like what she very much bounces everything that's going on with her boyfriend off of me. including details I may or may not want to know, which I'll never, bring up. But I know that if I had any sort of more than platonic feelings towards her, that would bother me, and that jealousy would eat up in me.
Why would you have a problem by her expressing to you what exactly goes on in her relationship with her boyfriend? Why would you have a problem with it?
If I had more than platonic.
No, you just go. You said, so she expresses to you about certain things about. She tells you things about her boyfriend that you may or may not have a problem with.
No, not a problem. Just more than I need to know.
Why? You know why? Because I feel like, okay, when you and I go at it and talk about sex or whatever the case may be, we go in.
Yeah.
So why? Because I'm a guy, or you understand? Or do you still have feelings and an undertone for her in some
I think
type
I
of
know
way?
where he's going with this.
Because I feel like this, if it's a girl and you've squashed that whole sex thing out and you're platonic friends now, then there should be no problem what she tells you about her boyfriend. He fucks me, does this, I go on my knees,
He came on my face.
You know what I'm saying? But in what capacity?
He nutted in my mouth. Like,
That's fine, too.
It tasted like, and it tasted like caviar.
No, pineapple.
You know what's the funny part? He say that, but I definitely have like.
Yeah. So that's what I'm saying. Why?
It might be more of what she has told me about him.
On a bad note?
No, not on a bad note. Just as in, I haven't actually met him yet, and when I do, I'm going to get to shake his hand and be like, I know so much about you that you don't really want me to know. And if I was in his position, I would not want my girlfriend probably voicing to someone else that I have not met already and or had these types of conversations with.
But you're her bestie.
Correct.
Yeah, so he would expect you to know. I would expect to know, to understand that you know some things about me that, again, like I don't want you to know, but whatever.
That's very true, because I've dated girls that they have had guy best friends, and I'm pretty much under the assumption that, well, they're probably going to know everything, and they're most likely going to try and fuck.
Remember when we all sat in a circle? This was a long time ago. This was in Double G, and at a table like that, and we were all. It was just rhythm. And what came out of Kevin's mouth was, girls don't know how to suck dick. And all of us said, right? Like, all of us just kind of was like, like, well, me, Keith, I think Flip was there, was a couple of the guys, we was just like, oh, God. But you kind of understand where he's going from it, right? Yeah. So my mind starts working in the opposite direction. My mind starts going, so Beverly, what are you supposed to do when you go down on the bed? Right, so I turned to Beverly and I started asking her questions about going down.
Right.
Shit that I didn't know before. As far as I knew before, just put your face down there and move around. I didn't know where anything was. I didn't know shit. We was like 20. I don't know.
Yeah.
I was just down there messing around. Come on. Did your shit, didn't I? No, nigga. After Beverly explained, well, do this, pull it back, man pops out, there's a G-spot on the inside, you can do that at the same time. But after she explained that, I was a fucking expert just by hearing it. So literally, Beverly told me what to do, I went and did it. So now is she thinking, well, how many people have you practiced on and blah, 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 blah.
Right,
I just learned it from asking.
Yeah, well,
you know what I'm saying? So why do we go through, why would you put your mind through, well, who has she done this on before? Yeah. Who is she? What is she just trying to do?
I think it comes from that thing, and like I said last week when we go on tour. I think it comes from our own insecurities about what we have done, and what we've done. We're afraid that the person we're with has either done it or wants to do it. Like, it depends on how loyal are you going to be in your relationship, and how are you going to be monogamous, or you're going to step out. And when we tend to step out, and the minute the girlfriend gets a phone call, a text, or something else like that, who the fuck is that? You're insecure because you're doing the shit that you think she's doing also. And this is the girl I want to be with. I'm cool. She's got me tied down. She's got my back. She makes me worry about nothing at all. Then it can actually work. I'm sure we all know someone that cannot stay in a stable relationship. And what do? They do everything to make sure they make this girl feel like Queen Elizabeth. That no matter what they do while I'm with you, I'm gonna make you feel like you're the best shit since sliced bread. But I've got 5 other girls behind you that feel the exact same way. And the minute that you get a phone call or you get something else, I'm going to go up the deep end. I'm going to go off. I'm going to in your face. I have you up against the wall. I'm going to go this. And it's like, you're like, what the hell did I do? You know? And it's because it's not you. It's because I'm doing shit. And because I'm doing shit on the side, I think you're doing also. Okay. We'll go back on what we talked about in reference to oral sex. You weren't here, you were here, you were here, you were here. Okay,
I was here?
Yeah, we were. You
You got the second half.
The last part of it, right. So, oral sex. Go.
That sounds like the end of the day.
Oral sex. Go. What? I asked a question, and I'm going to ask it differently the way the second time around, because I asked the first time, and everybody said yes. So, in reference for guys, and we'll get to you also. Okay, fine. So yeah,
I'm bringing my girlfriend into it.
Okay, bring it. She's signed away, but get that shit out of her face. All right, so all right, so do you like getting your dick sucked? Do you find it more enjoyable because of the action or because of the more of the control factor?
Is it a feeling or is it a mental?
Yes, the feeling.
Is it the physical pleasure or is it the visual
the visual
of
having
that
on a
dominant
knees
position?
Exactly, dominant position.
I'm gonna even give you something different. It's not even the physical. Maybe it involves the physical, but it's actually the person. It's who it is for me. It's not even the physical. Because yeah, the physical touch can be from anybody, honestly.
Okay.
And it's not the fact that what was the other one? Physical.
Dominance.
Oh, dominance.
I can care less about that. I'm not a dominant person in sex. It's like we get both, you know, it's 50-50 or yeah, sometimes it'll be 60-40, whatever, but it's not like I'm demanding.
I do all the work.
Percentage.
When I say dominant role, and like, okay, I'm just giving you an example. If you got her on her knees, she's like ass up, arch back. You gotta pull her back of her head, and she's going in. Is it more of the control factor that like, oh my God, I'm visualizing this whole situation, or it's just the actual feeling of it?
No,
because I I find out more guys say they don't like getting their dick sucked for whatever reason.
Right. That's how I feel. Who are they?
Who are they?
But no,
I don't think anyone believes you right now.
They sucking their dicks wrong.
Nah, look at her face. Like,
For real. No, seriously, they sucking their dicks wrong. Damn. It's upset. I'm sorry. There's a lot of dicks that ain't getting sucked right. And I wish there was a hotline to call the summer. These dicks getting sucked wrong. We gotta protest this shit. Oh Lord. Man, I'll tell you, me personally, I like it a lot.
because of what? The visual or the physical?
All of it.
All
of it. Like, yo, she's on her knees. What's better than that? And it's physical. I get physical pleasure from it.
Okay,
when her dick in her mouth. It's soft.
Hold on.
Look at her face. She's like, I am not feeling it. She's not feeling this right now.
I'm feeling like Tom Cruise. I get my dick.
It's like, yeah.
All right, so listen.
I don't understand it, but.
Oh, shit.
Oh, shit. That's what I'm talking about. That's obvious. I mean, oh, shit. For some reason, the climax for me is more intense from oral.
Right.
Yeah.
But do you think the dominance factor plays a portion in making it more intense?
No.
No?
It's all physical?
I think it's physical. The visual is great, but I think that when you get your dick sucked right, you will climax hard.
He likes oral sex. Not overall, but in reference to ejaculating, he likes oral sex.
Right.
Better than vaginal.
I like vaginal sex better. I like vaginal sex better, but I just like coming.
So that's
damn, I feel homeless.
I think that has more.
habitual.
I think that's more because it's
Now, how are you telling me how my dick feels?
That's
Somebody's
the whole
mouth.
thing. That's
Why are you telling me how my dick feels?
fuck your dick. That's what I'm saying.
That's what I'm saying, ladies. Fuck my dick.
So in my experience, and getting graphic, but I know half of y'all already, about 2 days now. I'm the giver. I'm not the receiver. And what I've actually learned is actually a lot of men have a preference. Some really don't like it, actually, and some really love it. It's really an individual thing. Some, like you said, like, oral's the shit, and it has to be the finisher. There's others that literally, like, will do everything so you won't get it done, because that's just not what they're interested in. But it also comes, yeah, there's been gay men that just really, like, will be like, no, flat out, don't even, like, blunt. And like we talked about last week, we'll see someone in the corner, we'll get it done real quick. Right. So to get into like outside of cruising or whatever, like they are men that are really like, nope, don't want it, want something else. And it's like, all right, cool. So you really start realizing it's not the thing for everyone, but it's also for girls. Some girls like for you to play with them, other girls just don't really want you down there. Some girls need you to give them head, other girls are like, no, I just prefer for you to fuck me. Right. So it's the same thing with men.
I've been there. I've never met that chick.
You haven't, but you're also not. It's one of those things also where we're attracting that person.
Right. Oh,
like
wow.
it's something where you really like, you're passionate about. Yeah. It comes off of you, and you're probably gonna get that chick that really wants it because you really love it. Right. If you're not really into it, you're probably also not gonna attract that person that really is into it as well. If you're loosely out there, you're gonna run into everyone, and that's pretty much what I'm getting at. I've never really been, I want that today. It's whatever comes, I'm open. Let's just do it. Right. So you don't want it? No problem. I won't give it to you. There's someone else who probably wants it later if I really want to do it today.
D! You're the female part of this equation. First of all, let's start off. Do you actually like it? Or do you like the reception that you get from doing it?
Oh, I thought you. Oh.
Well, I do enjoy doing it, but I think that what makes it even better for me is the
reaction.
Yeah,
I think so too. But I've eaten out girls and was like, okay, this is kind of gross. But the reaction was, oh my God, I will be down there for the next 2 years. Yo, like climbing up the lodge and then yes, I'm a man. Yes. Okay, fine. I'm sorry. Took your role.
Oftentimes I've been in an experience where guys don't really care about whether or not I've gotten to climax, and I've just talking to my female friends and my male friends, it seems like it's a little bit easier for guys to achieve an orgasm as opposed to it being easy for a girl to achieve an orgasm. Like myself, it takes a lot to make me get there. He knows that.
Do you find and this also that this, do you find that the partners you've had have no clue what they're doing when they go down there? For the most part,
or just orgasm.
To bring you to orgasm.
Yeah, and well, they don't know what they're doing, and they don't care to know.
In reference to all the few partners you've had, they did not know what they were doing, and as you put it, they did not care to know what they were doing. So did you explain to them that this is what you're doing is wrong, or did you explain to them that I did not, come or?
Well, for a really long time in my sexual experience, it took a couple partners to even get me there to begin with. So for a long time, I didn't really know how to make me come.
So you didn't know your body as well as you do now.
Yeah, and some I know that some women experience the thought of, well, can I orgasm? Like, is that a thing that I can do? Or
did you discuss that with those guys, or no?
No.
Or you just kind of kept it to yourself?
I guess so, yeah.
I want to thank you all for tuning in. We're about done right now. I want to thank everybody that showed up. I want to thank D. I want to thank Christopher. I want to thank Shay. I want to thank Shay's girlfriend via through Apple. How you doing?
I'm not Shay's girlfriend.
I want to thank JP, Nicholas, and our comic relief Eugene. He's all over there.
It's fake. It's fake.
This is what happens when your mother takes drugs when she's pregnant. Okay, so but anyway, guys.
God damn! Shit! Like, I got feelings too.
Well, you got a confidence. Guys, listen, once again, subscribe. Don't forget to check us out, YouTube, Reality Check. My name is Kevin Williams. I'm out. Thank you all for showing up. Take care. And yeah, what's the motto again?
You motherfucker. Are you kidding me?
That's the motto? You motherfucker.
You have one job.
As I always say, cherish the person in the mirror. It's the only one you've got. Take care.
Steve Harvey's a bitch.